Dear students, welcome back. In the previous sessions, we have discussed about the posture, the two in a static type. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss about gait. Okay, so gait is a dynamic posture. We can call it as dynamic posture. Okay, so in the previous sessions and all, in the previous chapters, we have learned how individual joints and muscle functions cooperatively to maintain the body in the erect posture, and knowledge of that body structure and function in the static posture forms the basis for the study of human structure in a dynamic situation. Normally in human locomotion, we got the opportunity to discover how individual joints and muscles function in an integrated fashion to produce motion of the body as a whole. So, knowledge of kinematics and kinetics of normal ambulation provides us for analyzing, identifying and correcting the abnormalities in gait. Okay, so first of all, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the kinematics of the gait. Okay, so before starting the kinematics, first you should know what do you mean by gait. So gait may be defined as or described as a translatory propagation. It is a translatory propagation of the body as a whole produced by coordinated rotatory movements of the body segments, which is produced by coordinated and rotatory movements of the body segments. Okay, so normal gait is a rhythmic. Normal gait is a rhythmic and characterized by alternating propulsive and retropulsive motions of the lower extremities. That is the movements, so front and back. Okay, you can see the movements, front and back movements of the lower extremities. That is called as alternating propulsive and retropulsive motions of the lower extremities. That means one limb is moving propulsive and another limb is moving retropulsive motions. So with these movements only we can get the translatory progression of the body. Okay, the alternating movements of the lower extremities essentially support and carry along the head, trunk and arms. Okay, that means here HAT constitutes about 75% of the total body weight. The head and arms combined to constitute about 25% of the total body weight, while the trunk accounts for the remaining 50%. Okay, so in the standing posture, the HAT, that is head, arm and trunk, is supported by both the lower extremities. In gait, HAT not only must be balanced over one extremity but also must be transferred from one extremity to the other extremity. Okay, so the weight of HAT plus and the weight of the swinging of lower extremity, that means 10% of the total body weight must be supported on a single limb. For example, you can take this part. Okay, here in this stage, so this limb is only in contact with the ground. So now the entire body weight, not only the upper body, and in addition with the other limb, weight of the other limb is balancing on the other extremity. Okay, that is the thing happened here. This stage is called as single limb support. So during gait cycle we can find a number of single limb support. Okay, that we are going to discuss. Okay, although single limb support alternates with periods in which both lower extremities are in contact with the ground. So some phases will have both the extremities are in contact. Okay, so gait plays more demands on the lower extremities than does the static erect posture. Okay, so these activities require coordination, balance, intact kinesthetic and proprioceptive senses, that is joint senses, and integrity of all the joints and muscles. So for gait activities require coordination, balance, intact kinesthetic and proprioceptive senses, and integrity of the joints and muscles. So all together form to get a normal gait. So for simplification, to understand about gait, several authors have defined gait in terms of certain tasks, and that is also used for some time. So later, according to some professional staff at RLA, that is called as Rancho Los Amigos Medical Center in California, they have given first 3 main tasks which are involved in walking. So what is that is, first is the weight acceptance. So first one is the person, the lower limbs has to accept the weight, that is weight acceptance, and next stage is the single limb support, and next one is swing limb advancement. So these are the 3 points, 3 tasks they have established first. After that, some other investigators like Winter also has proposed 3 main tasks for walking gait that include: one is the maintenance of support of HAT against gravity. Okay, next, maintenance of upright posture and balance, and the third one is control of the foot trajectory to achieve safe ground clearance and a gentle heel contact. So these are the 3 main tasks which are given by another staff called Winter. Okay, so finally they have included all the above 3 and this, and they have finally give 5 main tasks for walking gait. So what are those means? One is the maintenance of support of HAT, that is preventing collapse of the lower limb, that is the main task, first task, and maintenance of upright posture and balance of the body, that is second one, and control of foot trajectory to achieve safe ground clearance and a gentle heel or toe landing. and also generation of mechanical energy to maintain the present forward velocity or to increase the forward velocity. And the last one is the absorption of mechanical energy for shock absorption and stability or to decrease the forward velocity of the body. So maintaining balance and stability is very much important during ambulation, and there is an increasing body of literature on what might be called subtasks of gait that are potentially destabilizing. Okay, so that thing we are going to discuss about, but these are the 5 major tasks of gait. So gait is an extremely complex activity to analyze. Therefore gait has been divided into number of segments that make it possible to identify the events that are taking place. So it is also worth noting that gait analysis is merely a special case of movement analysis as a whole. So knowledge of the terminology which are used to describe the events is necessary to be able to understand and analyze gait. Okay, so generally gait is described by using the activities of one lower extremity that is called as a reference extremity from the beginning to the end of one gait cycle. So now we are going to discuss about the phases of the gait cycle. So here we are going to take one lower extremity as reference one. So here in this pic we are going to take the right lower extremity as a reference extremity. Okay. Now we'll start with the phases of gait cycle. The gait cycle includes the activities that occur from the point of initial contact. So now we are going to take this extremity, this right extremity we are going to take as reference one. Okay, yes. So the gait cycle includes the activities that occur from the point of initial contact of one lower extremity, that is a right one, to the point at which the same extremity contacts the ground again. So the gait cycle started with the initial contact. Okay, so contact of that limb, and there are number of series are going to take place, and the cycle will end up again with the same extremity which is going to land on the ground. This is called as gait cycle. Okay, during one gait cycle, each extremity passes through 2 phases. One is a single stance phase and swing phase. So this gait cycle will have 2 phases. One is a stance phase and another one is swing phase. Okay, yes. Now we will see the stance phase here. So the stance phase begins at the instant that one extremity contacts the ground. So here again the right we are going to take. So this one is the heel strike and continues only as long as some portion of the foot is in contact with the ground. So if you can see, so this extremity is going to contact in all the phases of the gait cycle. Okay, so all these parts of the same extremity which is going to in contact on the ground, that phases of the gait cycle we are going to take it as stance phase. Okay, during the stance phase of gait, some portion of the foot is in contact with the supporting surface at all times. Okay, this stance phase makes up approximately 60% of the gait cycle during normal walking. Got it? Yes. So the entire gait cycle is divided into stance phase and swing phase. The stance phase forms the 60% of the gait cycle. Now we will see the swing phase. So the swing phase, you can see, so the arrow marks indicating here, you observe that. So the swing phase begins as soon as the toe of one extremity leaves. Okay, so this is the reference extremity. So here it is not in contact with the ground here. So it is leaving the ground and ceases. So when it is going to end up means ceases just prior to heel strike. So here if you can see, so again here it is not in contact. So in all the time the limb is in on the air. Okay, and it is not in contact, so it is going to end up just at the beginning of again the heel strike. This is called as swing phase. So it does not contact. So when the reference extremity is in the swing phase, it does not contact the ground at any time. So the swing phase makes up 40% of the gait cycle. So these are the two main phases of the gait cycle. One is the stance phase and the swing phase. So in the stance phase, so the reference extremity will be in contact with the supporting surface, either full or partial contact throughout the phases of the gait cycle is called as stance phase. If you see in the swing phase of the gait also defined as the period in which the foot of the reference extremity is not in contact with the supporting surface. Okay, yes. Now here we can see a period of double support. So we can find during this gait cycle, we can find some period that includes double limb support. Normally we have taken the reference extremity, that limb is in contact in one phase, and in another phase that limb is not in contact with that phase. But during gait cycle, one period of time which is having both the limbs are in contact during the gait cycle. So that period of contact is called as double limb support. So it is a period of double limb support occurs in walking when the lower extremity of one side of the body is beginning its stance phase and the lower extremity on the opposite side is ending its stance phase. So therefore, there are two periods of double support in a single gait cycle. So normally we are going to take as one limb as a reference point, isn't it? So if we take this right leg as the reference point, so here the heel strike is the initiation of the stance phase, isn't it? Stance phase of right leg, okay, right extremity, and again it has to end up as heel strike is called one gait cycle of right extremity. But here we are getting two double supports in this period. That means how it can occur means, so this one is the initial contact of the right one, but if you take if you consider the left one, so for that left one, that is the starting point of the swing phase. Okay, so for the left leg, that is the starting point of the swing phase. So we are getting 2 points of double support again. Okay, so here this is the initial contact for the first double support. In the second period, what will happen here is, so the right leg, okay, in the right leg it is going to start the swing phase, and for the left leg it is the initial contact. Got it? So during double support, so because of this thing, we are getting 2 periods of double support in a single gait cycle. During double support, both lower extremities are in contact with the ground at the same time. Okay, so both will contact at the ground at the same time. Okay, yes. Here we can find stance phase forms the 60% and swing phase forms the 40% of the total gait cycle. At a normal walking speed, stance of one leg and stance of opposite leg overlap for about 22% of the gait cycle. Okay, so these two forms the 22% of the gait cycle. Okay, so this is about the phases of main phases of the gait cycle, and each stance phase and swing phase will have subdivisions. Those subdivisions of the gait cycle we are going to discuss in the next session. Thank you.